Gary Gensler resigns. We get the legislation we need. We get the ending of the California case against Ripple, which just got to stay. We get the ending of the case of the SEC. We get legislation. We get the launch of ETFs. We get the launch of the real USD.
The point is, none of these people matter. They're not making decisions. Gary Gensler doesn't make any decisions. He never did. And this is his legacy. Gary Gensler's legacy is losing the XRP lawsuit. Like, that literally is his legacy. Now look. Now, regulation is here, and XRP is in the driver's seat. And guess what? You got the USDT that's going to be messing with BRICS. You got USDC messes with the dollar. Now we got real USD right in the middle of both. They want to take advantage of both sides. The most exciting thing to me about XRP right now in this bull run is that potentially when we get to the end of this bull run for Bitcoin in a 4-year cycle, guess what? That's when XRP adoption is happening in waves.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and congrats to all of you XRP holders in the green right now. Unfortunately, I've been having to sell my XRP to fund my channel and get my business off the ground so I can bring you all the exclusive content about XRP. Go figure. Today, I've got something truly special to share with you. A raw, unfiltered look into the energy and insights from the Q&A session that followed the premiere of the groundbreaking documentary XRP Unleashed. If you've been following the XRP journey or crypto in general, you'll know how important this film is for shedding light on the challenges, the triumphs, and even the controversies surrounding the evolution of blockchain technology and the fight for financial freedom. In this clip, those lucky enough to attend were able to ask the crew some pressing questions following the screening. We talked about the Ethereum ICO. Was it fair game or strategically propped up to suppress the price of XRP?
I'm going to give basically a high-level presentation of what Ethereum is as a technology, and then kind of organizationally how it is, including this IPO.
Disguised buyers may have shaped the outcome of this whole situation. We also touched on what many are calling the golden age for the XRP Ledger.
This will truly be the golden age of America. That's what we have to have.
Developers are pivoting back to XRP, unleashing innovations that are transforming the world of blockchain. And yes, the news about Gary Gensler stepping down as the SEC chair in January will most definitely impact the game of crypto legislation and XRP's trajectory. And lastly, during the Q&A of the Atlanta premiere, we talked about where XRP's price is heading. There were some bold predictions in this session, and while we're not here to hype, you still want to hear about what was said about XRP potentially breaking free from Bitcoin's traditional 4-year cycle. Thanks, BitBoy.
Yeah, well, you guys know Gary's my buddy. We got the ETF approved together, and I'm
And before we jump into it, I want to highlight the power of Grassroots efforts in amplifying the message behind XRP Unleashed. Whether it's sharing this video, tweeting about the documentary, or tagging Elon Musk, every bit counts. So without any further ado, let's dive into the Q&A session with the cast and crew of the highly acclaimed documentary XRP Unleashed. Grab a coffee, add your cinnamon sticks, sit back and relax. Let's enjoy this discussion. And hey, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What stood out to you? What's your prediction for XRP in this next phase?
We're going to be pumping up the market because the market's going to go like this.
All right. Love you mucho. Thanks for tuning in.
Okay. I might. Oh, did you remember your question? Yeah.
Was Ethereum just a corrupt system, or was it actually propped up just to prevent XRP from rising to become the new financial system?
Both. Okay.
Both.
Sure, he's saying both. For me, I tried to be like, anything I put in the documentary, I tried to be careful about not going into a place where I didn't have like a fact. You know what I mean? Because as soon as I put one pseudo fact, we'll call it, it's like, let's say everybody knows somebody stole something from the store, but we don't have any evidence that they stole from the store. So we basically, when we put it in there, we can get kind of like in the open forum, the internet will tell you, you don't have the evidence or whatever. So I tried not to go anywhere that I couldn't prove. So I don't, but maybe these guys do have definitive proof.
I believe.
I think both.
Yeah, go ahead.
You got it.
This is just an interesting story while this is being filmed. Everybody saw Steven and Nerayoff in the film. Well, when Brad and I went to film, we filmed in Washington, D.C. And it was the first time I'd ever met Steven Nerayoff, and I still don't know him well, but he was telling us the story when the Ethereum ICO happened. He was literally sitting beside Joseph Lubin while it was happening. Am I correct? That's what I remember him telling me.
That's correct.
He said he was sitting right beside him, and so as the Ethereum ICO was happening, he said at one point that Joseph Lubin turned to him and he was like, "Yeah, we've got." I just think we'll probably get some good sales here shortly. He was like, at that, like within seconds. It was like, I don't know, I can't remember if it was millions of them.
Less than a minute.
Yeah. But it was like he just knew when he saw that the fix was in.
Yeah.
But to this day, nobody. I mean, somebody knows, but those disguised buyers of Ethereum are unknown to all of us. By design.
Okay.
Exactly.
Fair answer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say something. So whenever you look at the timeline for Ethereum, this is partially because I'm starting to build on the XRP Ledger right now, right? You start noticing that the developers, right, whenever the lawsuit went in, all the developers flocked over to Ethereum, which we all know these are all networks, and the price skyrockets whenever you utilize the network, right? All of a sudden, July 13th, 2023 happened, right? You start seeing all the developers start to develop on the XRP Ledger now. The XRP Ledger is starting to go live right now as we speak, okay? We're going through a golden age, right? And this is what you're going to see everything just exposed, right? So I want to just clarify that and that end, because from a person that, looking that is developing on the network, you're going to see just, ungodlike development just coming through the space, not just through the Ripple side, but through the retail side. So, yeah, I wanted to share that with you. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, we're all gonna be rich. That's great. I'll take away from that one. There's a lot of questions, so we'll try to jam through them. I saw somebody over here. Yeah, go ahead. I'll get you.
So there's some news today that Gary Gensler is about to resign.
Yeah.
How does this benefit with XRP, and where do you see the price of XRP going with the new administration?
Well, somebody over here want to answer that? Anybody in this group want to answer them?
Take it away, Brad.
You want Brad? You want to do it? You want to do it there?
I don't care.
All I say is that, yeah, we'll let Ben Boy, we're gonna let Ben Boy hit on this a minute, but I just want to say really quickly, look, think about this for a minute. Gary Gensler resigns. We get the legislation we need. We get the ending of the California case against Ripple, which just got to stay. We get the ending of the case of the SEC. We get legislation. We get the launch of ETFs. We get the launch of the real USD on Ethereum and XRP Ledger. And by the way, you just watched a film that gave you every reason why the real USD is being launched on the Ethereum network to help them with the mass exodus to get off that network that's backed by communist China.
Yeah.
I think my drop.
Yeah, well, you guys know Gary's my buddy. We got the ETF approved together, and so turn on a little bit. And look, everybody's really hard on Gary Gensler, and he was kind of part of a rogue group that was trying to hold crypto back. That's a fact. But a lot of stuff that Gary was saying in here is actually true. And if you guys actually look back and you track what occurred here, Jay Clayton exits at the end of 2020 as Biden is coming in. And who comes into power? Gary Gensler. And now look, we're at the end of the XRP case. The appeal doesn't matter. You guys know it's just about money. It's not a business of security anymore. And now all of a sudden, here we are again, and Gary Gensler's going to get to just slide right out. This was his hit piece. He came in here to do this and to be this person. And I think now that he's gone, or he will be leaving, it's not a statement of, what now can we do at the SEC? This is great. Mark Ayuda is most likely going to be the next SEC chairman after Gensler, and that's good. But guys, it's not good because any of these people matter. None of these people matter. Gary Gensler doesn't matter. Mark Ayuda doesn't matter. Hester Peirce, it's Peirce actually, it's not Pierce. I called her voicemail one time. I learned how to pronounce her name. But the point is, none of these people matter. They're not making decisions. Gary Gensler doesn't make any decisions. He never did. You think he wanted to vote across party lines and vote for the ETF for Bitcoin? He was forced to. He was twisted to because of what had happened with Grayscale, and he couldn't hold out anymore. And this is his legacy. Gary Gensler's legacy is losing the XRP lawsuit. Like, that literally is his legacy. And the joke is on him for that. But at the end of the day, The SEC spent the last 4 years establishing trust in this space so they can bring in RWAs and tokenization and bring everybody on the blockchain in the world so we can bank the unbanked, so everybody can be in our banking system and everybody can get pulled money from. That's what this is actually all about. And so I don't want us to think that now that Gary Gensler will be leaving, that all of a sudden it's like, it's party time. It is party time because the sentiment is positive for crypto now and the institutions are here and the money is coming in big time. And, I think so. Ultimately, is it bullish? Let me tell you the biggest thing. The biggest thing about Gary Gensler going to be leaving the SEC is it gives the SEC an opportunity to easily pivot on a lot of things. Drop the case, maybe end it, sign a favorable settlement, whatever, for the money, whatever it is. That's what's important. What's important is the narrative the SEC is going to be able to take out of this, and it's going to become more bullish because crypto. Why would the SEC not want crypto to work? Right? They've gotten more money from SEC fines on crypto than anything else. And guess who gets to keep all that money? The SEC. They don't split that money with any other government agency. They keep all that money. And then you know what? The bullshit that they did against Ripple, absolute bullshit. $100 million or $150 million in legal bills, bullshit. But guess what? Ripple's got the money to pay it, right? And they're going to be fine. And at the end of the day, they had to play the game along with the SEC. But now look, regulation is here, and XRP is in the driver's seat. And guess what? You got the USDT that's going to be messing with BRICS. You got USDC messes with the dollar. Now we got real USD right in the middle of both, able to take advantage of both sides. And so ultimately, I think the future is really, really bright for Ripple. And this is the way that it was always set up. It was always set up for it to have a leg up, and for all the people that held through all the bullshit. Great job. Yeah, exactly. And last, just the final thing I'll say on this is all the money that Ripple got from the SEC, it's bullshit. I get it. But that's the same money. Not only they pack their pockets with, they do that, but they use it to go after companies like BitConnect that were really actually running a Ponzi scheme and mess with people. You go and look at the actual SEC suits that they've gone after and won and been victorious and got settlements. They're almost all in crypto actual scammers. You have some that aren't, like EOS and, it's up for debate. But, you have several big projects that went after Ripple, Uniswap, right? But that's where the money goes to fight the actual crime. So we do have to remember that. And yes, the DOJ and the SEC are not the same thing, but the DOJ does act on behalf of the SEC.
Boy, whoa. We need a soundbite. What's your XRP price prediction?
$589. Correct. I think that's it. We're gonna leave it there. $589.
Well played.
Okay, look. I do want to be serious. I think it is important that you do have a proper expectation here, which is I think where the market is right now. I think that it's potential that during this bull run, XRP does not get as high as even I might thought it would. I think $6 to $10 is a good price. I think it can be challenging all-time highs at the end of this year. Actually, 81 cents. Let's go. We get over $1. It's going to go straight into $2. It's going to be great. I think we can challenge all-time highs. It's got to eat up against Bitcoin dominance massively. But what I will tell you is this. The most exciting thing to me about XRP right now in this bull run is that potentially when we get to the end of this bull run for Bitcoin in the 4-year cycle, guess what? That's when XRP adoption is happening in banks. And so I think it's potential that we could see XRP, and I'm not saying this to bullshit you guys. I'm really not squirting that. XRP could be the first coin that we see to break away from the 4-year cycle as it is actually attached to the financial system.
Welcome to the party.
There we go. Awesome. All right, just for time, I'm going to take two more questions total in the audience. I saw this gentleman in the corner over here for a minute, so you've been holding it. So go ahead. You put your arm down now. Tell me your question.
I heard a little birdie interviewing Maya about little connections with Elon Musk and the possibilities of him maybe doing something like releasing this movie on the biggest media empire in the world. What can we do in the audience to say something, tag Elon? What would you recommend we do?
I think a couple things. I mean,
as a grassroots.
One is that everybody in here knows. Oftentimes you carry the banner as like the crazy crypto person in your family. You're like, okay, I'm a crypto guy in my family. So you're always trying to convince, people around you. My mom's always looking at me like, what is this? This is ridiculous. So I think is to reach out to those that are like on the borderline, and maybe get them to watch the film with you. That's the first thing. Tweet about it, put it on X. On the back of your card here is a QR code that goes to Rotten Tomatoes. That's what the mainstream uses to figure out if a film is good or not. So, go on there, give it 100%, share on social media that, hey, I got this documentary, I watched it, it was cool, this is what I saw, this is why you should be mad, this is what we should do. Contact your congressman, these kind of things. I don't, obviously, like anyone, just tweeting at Netflix or tweeting at Elon, like they're not going to respond to you, right? Maybe Bitboy did, but I'm not cool enough for that. So I think that continuing just word of mouth marketing is what's important. 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and if it's not 100%, the documentary is called Bitcoin. Just remember that.